Hello, my friends, and welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mongello, and this is the WDW Newscast for Wednesday, November 13th, 2013. Can you believe Christmas is right around the corner? Anyway, I'm here to help you have the best possible Disney vacation experience, and wherever you are, I want to try and bring you a little bit of Disney magic with this live show every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern here at WDW Radio Live. Also visit the website at WDWradio.com for the audio podcast, videos, special events, discussion forums, free app for your iOS and Android device, my blog with so many great contributors, live events, my Walt Disney World trivia books, CDs, and more. Again, you can find everything over at WDWradio.com. Speaking of books, tonight's show is sponsored by Ears of Steel, and that's the new book that says, are you man enough to go to Walt Disney World, even if you're a woman? Because maybe you have a man that you're having a tough time convincing to head on out. Well, I think a lot of guys have some misconceptions about Disney, that it's just for kids. It's all about Cinderella and princesses and rides. Not at all. Bart Scott is a real man's man, and this is a guidebook for guys who think that maybe a little bit too macho for a park like Disney. You can actually get a free excerpt of the book by visiting intrepidtraveler.com. It is a fun, funny guide unlike anything you have read before. So again, big thanks to Bart Scott and congratulations on your new book. But listen, let's get right into tonight's news because there is a lot of it. I said that Christmas, believe it or not, in the holidays, and whether it's Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus, whatever it is that you celebrate, the parks are ready for the holidays, and it is actually in full swing over in the Magic Kingdom. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas parties have started. A lot of you who are on the cruise with us, you went to the Halloween party before the cruise, the Christmas party after the cruise. Well, there is another sort of treat going on there that's not just for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party guests, but for everybody attending the Magic Kingdom. And then, of course, the Jingle Cruise that opened a couple weeks ago in the Magic Kingdom. One of the very few overlays that's really made it into the parks. We've seen a lot of this over in Disneyland. First time, really, that we've seen an overlay on an attraction like this in Walt Disney World. So in addition to holiday props, there's a lot of a special script that the skippers give, a lot of holiday jokes as well. If you're not here for Christmas, that's okay. It's going to last into early January. And I got to tell you, I have not seen it as yet personally, but the response so far from people who have emailed me, who are called into the voicemail, or Twitter and Facebook has really been positive. They seem to really like what they've done. It hasn't been too much, hasn't taken away from the character or the integrity of the ride. And if you have had a chance to see it, I would love to know what you think. Do you like the Jingle Cruise? Would you like to see this on some other attractions up as well, too? People in the box like Brian Harvey are saying, we want more overlays. What's going on? They want to see more coming to the Magic Kingdom here, maybe even other attractions in other parks as well, too. If you have a suggestion, if you've seen it, comment on Twitter or Facebook. Would love to know your thoughts. I'm going to have to get out there in the next week or two and definitely check out the new Jingle Cruise. So let's go from the parks out to downtown Disney because, as you know, work is continuing transforming it into what is going to be Disney Springs. But with change, we know sometimes can be some growing pains. And at downtown Disney, it's parking. But have no fear because there is actually great news ahead. If you are a Tables in Wonderland member, you can now get free, complimentary, it's the same thing, valet parking in downtown Disney through January 1st, 2014. So currently there is valet parking available for $15 down by Cirque du Soleil. But if you are going to dine and you are a Tables in Wonderland member, you can use your Tables in Wonderland card to valet park for free. All you need to do is present your membership card with a valid dining receipt. Don't be George Costanza. Keep your receipt. Always keep your receipts. It's available from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. daily, and that's over at Entrance 4 in downtown Disney West Side. If you want to go down, just walk around, you're not going to eat, it is going to cost you $15. Plus, there are some blackout dates as well, too. Visit tablesinwonderland.com for a full list of blackout dates and program policies. All right, let's stay in downtown Disney because this transformation that's going on, it's going to continue into 2016, is continuing with a new merchandise location being announced coming in spring 2014, and it's going to be called the Marketplace or Merchandise Co-op. That's going to occupy the space that's currently Team Mickey, which is located right next to Trendy, and this is really going to be sort of a set of shops within a shop, and it's going to showcase a lot of new and innovative retail concepts because Disney is really trying to sort of capture that experience that you'll see in big cities like Seattle, LA, New York, San Francisco, that all have this very sort of common shopping district, very much connected to the environment, wants people to wander and explore and discover. And this specifically, this Marketplace Co-op, is all going to be sort of a lab to showcase new concepts and specialty products into the Disney retail stores. They're going to embellish the building's construction and design, revealing more of that craftsman style identity. They're going to keep things like the skylights in there. It's sort of been a staple of that building going all the way back to the Disney Village Marketplace days. So at inauguration, the Marketplace Co-op's 6 original spaces are going to be Beautifully Disney, which is going to be a destination for women with makeup, perfumes, beauty accessories. Cherry Tree Lane, hence the Mary Poppins reference. Accessories, as Disney says, for the sophisticated woman with a passion for scarves, shoes, bags, and jewelry. It sounds like some of the old shops it used to be, again, back at the old Disney Village Marketplace. D-Tech On Demand, right? Different than the D-Tech store. You're going to be able to personalize and customize your own electronic accessories, things like iPhone cases, iPad cases, whatnot. You'll be able to get it with what you want on it, your name, etc. The trophy room, this is pretty cool. Vintage-inspired lifestyle, sports, apparel, and collectibles. The centerpiece is going to be home products for people that want a little bit of Disney in their home, room furnishings, textiles, everyday sort of kitchenware. And then Zoe and Pickles, a girls' destination containing the latest trends and glamours for the up-and-coming fashionista. I can hear my daughter running full steam ahead to get there. Now, work on the Marketplace Co-op is going to begin in early 2014. No official opening date, but again, it is set to open in the spring. So I have a question for you. For those of you who are watching, who is watching or listening likes soccer, or if you're in the UK, football? I don't know why I'm asking an empty room, but I know that millions of you, not listening, but millions of people around the globe, and a lot of people are listening, love soccer. It's incredibly popular, and more, it's getting popular in the United States. Well, if you are a soccer fan, or maybe a local down here, and want to maybe sort of dip your toe into the waters of soccer, Disney has just announced that the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex is going to host Orlando City Soccer in 2014. Central Florida is now going to be home to this team beginning March 2014. It's going to be a 1-year temporary home, right? Only temporary, during renovations of the Florida Citrus Bowl, which is the Lions' primary stadium. You'll see the concept art here for the stadium that's being built. But what's going to happen in 2014, they're going to play all the home games in one location. More importantly, if you are a soccer fan, they're going to have additional stadium seating to surround all 4 sides of the soccer field, but really give you a chance to get closer to the players than ever before. There's going to be about 5,200 seats at the stadium with expanded capacity for more fans to attend the matches in 2014. Other amenities, free parking, lots of food, lots of beverages. Again, soccer becoming so much more popular. I'm kind of liking this idea, right? I've attended some baseball games, some Atlanta Braves spring training games there, as well as some amateur events. Maybe what we'll do in 2014, maybe we'll get a group together, right? Maybe if you want to get a group together, check out an Orlando City Soccer Lions game at ESPN next year. If you're interested, don't raise your hand. I can't see it anyway. But if you're interested, Facebook me or tweet me. Let me know. Maybe we'll try and get some tickets and get a group together for one of the Orlando games at ESPN. All right, let's move from the parks a little bit out, because there's been a lot, both personally and among Disney fans as well, about Marvel recently, right? We've got the Avengers Academy in the kids area on the Magic, Iron Man attractions being announced overseas, Thor opening to record numbers this week, that exhibit that's just opened up in Disneyland. Next year, Captain America Winter Soldier, Avengers Age of Ultron. Well, if you're a Marvel fan, an Avengers fan, a superhero fan, and a Netflix fan, good news, because Disney is about to release 4 Marvel superhero shows exclusively on Netflix. Disney and Netflix announced this morning they're teaming up to deliver 4 original Marvel TV shows and 1 miniseries program. It's going to begin exclusively on Netflix in 2015, and it's going to star Marvel characters like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. Right? Luke Cage, Power Man, for those of you old school Marvel fans. Right now, the series is going to consist of 13 episodes, and eventually the 4 shows are going to lead up to a mini-series called Marvel's The Defenders. Now, this is sort of following in the success of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., big fan on ABC, and I think this really is a huge win for internet TV, right? And I think what this is really doing too is continuing to blur that line between what's TV and what's online. It doesn't matter where the content is coming from anymore. If you're a Netflix fan, if you like this kind of on-demand stuff, Netflix is doing some really cool things with on-demand programming specific to that network. And if you're a Disney fan and a Marvel fan, I like this a lot. And what this is really doing too is continuing to whet our appetite for more, not just online and on screen and on mobile, but in real life, right? I told you about Thor, Iron Man out in Disneyland. We can't get here in Disney World yet on the magic, that amazing thing that they've done with the Avengers Academy. So my question for you for this week is, how would you like to see Marvel or the Avengers eventually come into the theme parks, right? Whether it's an attraction, a show, a themed restaurant, a dining experience in the resorts. You tell me, be creative, put your sort of Marvel Imagineering thinking cap on, comment over on Facebook.com/WDW Radio, Twitter.com/Lou Mongello, YouTube.com/WDW Radio, or on the WDW Radio blog. Very quickly before we go, speaking of Disneyland and Thor, starting tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday, November 14th, I'm going to have live broadcast coverage from Disneyland. I'm getting on a plane in about 10 hours. I'm going to have coverage, live broadcast of the new World of Color Winter Dreams show, the Christmas Fantasy Parade, and Thor. I'll probably start in the early afternoon with the parade around 8:15 p.m. Eastern, World of Color 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So get some caffeine, stay up late. Stay tuned to Twitter and Facebook for announcements as to when I'll be broadcasting over on WDW Radio Live. Also, speaking of the cruise, I want to thank everybody again who joined us on the fantasy. I'll have lots more coverage from the fantasy, as well as more from the Disney Magic as well, too. Be sure and tune into this week's show, where we recorded live on stage what I thought was going to be my interview with Ridley Pearson. He surprised and turned the tables on me, and it was not what I expected. It turned out to be a very interesting kind of show. Hope you guys enjoy it. One last bit of request for help. Don't forget that because of you, WDW Radio was nominated for a podcast award over at podcastawards.com. Voting ends Friday. You only have 3 more days. You can vote once per day, every day over at podcastawards.com. Go to the bottom right category. That's the travel category. Vote for WDW Radio. Put your valid name and valid email address in there as well, too, because they will send you an email asking you to verify your vote. Also, like I said, be sure and check out our YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, check out the blog, some amazing writers doing some very, very cool creative stuff you're not going to find elsewhere over on the blog. And as always, my friends, all I ask is that if you like the show, please help spread the word. Let others know about it. Tell your friends, tweet out those listening, come by, comment, and enjoy and engage in the conversation over on Facebook as well, too. That is going to do it for this week's show. Don't forget to join us next Wednesday and every Wednesday over at WDW Radio Live, where you can be part of the conversation. If you're watching live in the box, stay tuned. We'll hang out some more and chat in a little bit. But for now, I'm Lou Mongello. Thanks so very much for watching. See ya.